There's a little bit of traction over here, so I'm not gonna accelerate all the way, but now you can see the speed goes up. Hey guys, this is Drew, welcome to the channel. Today we are driving the facelift version 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. This is the New Zealand right-hand drive version. In New Zealand, the Elite two-wheel drive is considered to be the mid-spec. And I think this is a sweet spot for value and price, plus all the features that's available. The current pricing for the Hyundai Tucson range starts at $54,900 plus ORC. This Elite two-wheel drive will go at $60,990. If you're looking to purchase one in Auckland, New Zealand, reach out to Victor at Winger Hyundai Green Lane. In this video, we're just going to have a quick walk around as I've done a detailed tour for the interior and exterior. The important part, I'll tell you all the driving impression about this vehicle. Let's have a look outside. Alright, this is what the car looks like. So it looks very similar to the last generation. Overall, the front headlights, the front grille has some minor changes and tweaks. The bumper design is also changed as well. This Elite version will have the standard LED headlights. On the side, that's the new 19-inch alloys. They look very nice, two-tone color over here. The side profile looks identical to the last generation. There hasn't been much of a big change, to be fair. The rear taillight looks identical to the last generation as well. A running taillight bar is also available. The Hyundai logo now locates on top of the window, so that's quite cool actually. Opening this up, a power tailgate is now added to the Elite version, so that's actually really good. More than 580 liters of boot space is available. It is wide, it is long, it is very flat. You do have a space saver underneath. You can also drop this lower to this surface if you need to. That means more space is now available. 60-40 split for the rear seats, and once you drop it all the way down, that's more than 1,900 liters boot space. So not bad at all. The rear seats are still spacious, so the door opening is absolutely really wide. It's close to 90 degrees. I've got great amount of leg room with me sitting at the front at about 178 centimeters tall. Clearance on the top is really good too. Seat base is really nice. There's a armrest over here, and there's air vents plus 2 USB-C charging. Pockets over here, storage on the side. Closing the door. That feels really solid. Very soft material over here. Most of the material are really soft. Some hard plastic on the top, some hard plastic underneath. Heated seats is even available on the spec for the rear outer seats. So no issue at all. You can adjust the angle on the back seats, by the way. Now, keyless entry and keyless start is standard on the Elite version. So now we are inside the vehicle. First thing we'll see is the new steering, which is kind of carried on from the new Kona. So you don't have the Hyundai logo anymore, it's just a flat surface with 4 dots over here. 3-spoke, which makes the steering very sporty at the same time. Very easy to hold, it's a big round shape. The gear shifter is now below the steering. That creates a good storage space over here. Indicator windscreen wiper is on both sides. There are many controls for your radio, for your cruise control and things like that. In front of us, it's only rated to be a 4.2-inch display, but the whole panel actually takes the whole screen, so that's really good. On the higher spec, you are getting a full 12.3-inch, which again, same size, but looks-wise, it's a little bit different. Now in the center, 12.3-inch again, there is wireless Android Auto, wireless CarPlay, which is really handy. Small drop-down menu over here to control a few things, and everything is all hidden under the settings screen. There is reverse camera available on this trim, but the high spec will get the 360 view. Now keep going down, you get air conditioning menu over here, which is relatively easy to control, then some direct hard buttons for the middle screen, which is actually, I really like that. Compared to the Sportage, it's definitely a little bit easier to use. And then in the center console, big storage over here, big storage over here, wireless phone charging pad is over here, some direct buttons for your controls, parking sensors, cameras, hill distance control, auto hold, and drive mode selection, which we are going to talk about when we start driving. 2 cup holders and deep storage tunnel over there. Now, let's get it on road to see how it goes. It's rainy today, so that's why we started from a car park. Visibility, really good overall. On the side, mirrors are large, there's a gap over here. Front is easy to see through everything. The screen does not block any of the views. The side, the back, very nice. Although this car does not have an ambient lighting for the Elite version, you do have some interior trims over here, so that kind of lights up at night. You won't be able to change the color though. Alright, we are on the road. So the new Hyundai Tucson is available on the hybrid drivetrain, which is kind of the drivetrain everyone wants for the current market. The good thing about the hybrid, you are getting plenty of power at the same time. It's efficient. The average consumption from the factory is 5.9 liters per 100 k's. In this car, it's a little bit over 6 if you want to check the dashboard. Now, powertrain and figures. It's powered by a 4-cylinder 1.6 liter turbocharged petrol motor that can run on 91, by the way, combined with a 1.49 kilowatt-hour battery at the back. The combined power on the Hyundai Tucson is 172 kilowatts, so that's more than enough for what everyone needs. And then combined torque is 367 Newton meters. Now, driving at low speed, the vehicle can shift into EV mode if you're going slow acceleration and things like that. The vehicle does have 3 driving modes on the Elite model. You do get Eco, Sport, and then My Drive. My Drive is kind of personalized. You can adjust that accordingly. Under the Eco, you can use the paddle shifters behind the steering to change your regenerated braking, which is actually really cool for a hybrid vehicle. You can do level 0, level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 0 means it's going to coast when you release the accelerator, where level 1 or 2 or 3, that means it will give you some regenerative braking when you release the accelerator. Where if you change the vehicle to sport mode, you can then use the paddle shifters to change how the gear shifts. That just means the vehicle will go into a thing called like Tiptronic. You can manually control the gears while you are accelerating and deaccelerating. That's actually a cool configuration for the paddle shifters to use against this vehicle. Right now we're on Eco. Let's press the pedal to level 3. So under level 3, you are going to get one of the heaviest regeneration on any of the hybrid vehicles. So they do the self-charging. That just means while you're driving on motorway or city drive, when you release the accelerator, the vehicle will give you harsh braking, just like that. It's kind of pulling the car back. So that saves some energy back to the battery, recharge the battery basically. And pressing the plus on the side will reduce that regeneration or deacceleration. In terms of driving on motorway, it's very easy and very comfy to drive. The vehicle has got MacPherson strut at the front and then multi-link or 4-link suspension at the back. It's all easy to control, it's not hard at all. It's still very quiet. It is a rainy day, I'll be honest with you, and it's supposed to be much more noisier, but the build quality on this vehicle is great, so overall you're not getting much of a noise. There's a little bit wind noise, there's a little bit tire noise, and that's pretty much it. I know from the microphone you're gonna hear a lot more noisier than what I'm hearing. It's just this microphone will pick up whatever the noise from the cabin. But in reality, if you drive this on motorway, it's relatively easy and comfy to travel. Although it hasn't really changed much on the power and acceleration, but the powertrain is very easy to control. The vehicle has a 6-speed automatic gearbox. It's not super sporty, but at the same time, it's got enough power. So we can change the vehicle drive mode to sport if you wish to. That just means better throttle response. But of course, more consumption on the fuel and gauges. Driving on something like a straight line, the vehicle feels very, very comfy. One thing I forgot to mention is about the speed limit information or speed limit warnings. This new generation Hyundai has got the newest software, so it's really, really cool. with the newest safety regulation, whenever you go over the speed, over 100, it's going to give you ping, 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 4 pings minimum. But the cool thing is they have adapted to this button over here. If you press and hold down the volume button to the mute direction for about 3 seconds or so, you can see speed limit information function has been selected. That means it will read out the speed limit, it will tell you if you're over the speed limit, but it's not going to give you ping sound. Although this does reset whenever you start the vehicle, but pushing it down to disable the warnings, it's actually really cool. Very, very smart sort of configuration when you need to turn that off. Speaking of all the other safety features, this car has got pretty much everything. Blind spot detection, adaptive cruise control, steering assist, front collision warning, emergency braking, everything is kind of all there. That's why personally I think this could be a really good sweet spot for value, for package, when you need to choose the new Hyundai Tucson. Elite is probably the way to go. If you really, really want the full loaded experience, the Limited and Inland could be your choice as well. Now let's turn around and just do a bit more urban driving, just so how we can work. Maybe we'll also do a small acceleration over here just to see how this goes from 85, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, being a hybrid and turbo, there is minimum lag. It's not too bad at all. Occasionally when you do a jump start, it may have that small gap of acceleration lag, but it's not terrible at all. What you can feel is the vehicle's maximum power only kicks at high revs, so at low revs it may not feel super sporty, but still get enough acceleration for you in terms of urban drives. And motorway is again very, very easy. You can feel there are quite some potholes and the surface isn't as flat as I wish around these areas, but you can feel the suspension is very, very soft, dragging around the areas and adapt to the conditions. It's quite comfy to travel. Turning is alright. It's not as sharp as some of the SUVs, but at the same time it does all the job. This particular one we're driving is the two-wheel drive version. I believe the turning on the all-wheel drive is going to be a little bit better, but depends on what you need. Do you need all-wheel drive attraction? It's really up to you. The features of that is all the same. They're just adding the all-wheel drive drivetrain to the vehicle. Turning around here, again, fairly simple, nothing too crazy. And going downhill, you can feel the regeneration, you can feel the vehicle is slowing down at level 2. And at low speed, it's just really quiet since we're driving on EV. As you can see, the vehicle's battery is nearly fully charged. We are getting a good amount of EV to run. Yeah, at acceleration, even under eco mode, still feels pretty darn good. Okay. All right, we don't have anyone at the back, so let's do maybe the maximum deceleration over here. 1, 2, 3, release. You can feel the regeneration, even if the vehicle is going low downhill. It's kind of still holding the speed. It's not going to come to a complete stop, unlike some of the EVs or PHEVs, Hyundai Kia group. But yeah, slowing down is quite good. It slows us down. Where you're going uphill, it's going to slow a lot more. Now going downhill again with the level 3 regenerative braking. You can see the vehicle is slowly going lower speed. It doesn't really come to a complete stop, but it does slow you down by quite a big amount. So yeah, that's the cool thing about being a hybrid vehicle, that you have all these adjustments to change all your regenerative braking. Some people may not like the regenerative braking, so that's totally fine. You can absolutely just press the plus and change it back to level 0 with the mains, no indicators on the dashboard. Occasionally you are going to hear the engine noise once you start acceleration and when the petrol motor kicks in, but it's not annoying. The level of noise cancellation, it was done pretty well. Go around the corner around this. It's alright, it's fairly supportive. There's a very minimal body roll, but our speed isn't super high anyway. Over here, it's alright. We are going to go back to the drive mode under sport, just so we can do a little bit of acceleration over here. Do remember this is a rainy day, very wet surface. At the same time, the vehicle is two-wheel drive, so I'm not going to put my foot all the way down just for safety reasons, but we can still do a little bit of acceleration. All right, 1, 2, 3. There's a little bit of traction over here, so I'm not gonna accelerate all the way, but now you can see the speed goes up. There we go. So yeah, rainy day, do not try that. It's not great as the vehicles need to try to find the traction, but the acceleration is fun. It's pretty easy. Once you get the turbo kicks in, and at the same time you get a little bit of assistance from the EV motor, it's just got plenty of power. Alright, I think that's pretty much all I wish to talk about the Hyundai Tucson new hybrid drivetrain. It's very similar to the last generation, but the nice thing is about the interior change. This looks much more modernized compared to the last gen. So it's getting a bit more competitive on the market compared to some modern cars. So what do you think? Do you like the new Hyundai Tucson? Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this vehicle. That's the end of this video. Please subscribe and like if you enjoyed this kind of contents, and I will see you next one. Thank you very much.